Gas stations in Texas are running out of fuel. Cars are lining up by the dozen, pumps are shutting down, and people are worried about rising prices. The head of the Texas agency that regulates the gas industry is asking people to wait 3 or 4 days to fill up. He says there's plenty of gas, but they're having a hard time making sure all of the stations are getting it. Still, the hashtag gas shortage has been trending all day. Some people are making fun of the situation, posting pictures from Mad Max with the hashtag y'all have got to stop. One person tweeted, "There's a guy in a Tesla circling my local gas station," and laughing. Others are wondering, is there a legitimate gas shortage, or have we just made a gas shortage because everyone has panicked? Well, sure enough, it looks like that's exactly what has happened. The Texas Railroad Commission told our news partners in Dallas there are 3 important things to remember. This is only a perceived crisis. It should be over in 3 to 4 days. Consumers are putting undue demand on stations right now, and they're having trouble filling back up. Now, despite that, Mark, Energy Secretary Rick Perry and President Trump have decided to put hundreds of thousands of gallons of petroleum into the mix. Where's this all coming from?
Yeah, you might not know this, Alex, and you might not know this at home either, but we have a ton of petroleum, a ton of crude oil right here in the U.S., 679 million barrels right now. That works out to about 5 months worth of oil that we would need to keep everything running just like normal in our country. It's all sitting there in these man-made salt caverns 2,000 to 4,000 feet underground at 4 sites all along the Gulf Coast. They have to pump fresh water under the oil so that it rises and can be put into the pipes to get out. We started stockpiling oil back in the 1970s when OPEC wouldn't sell us any. Careful though, don't steal these guys' oil. They're packing heat. But it's not 1974. We have plenty of oil in the country, so why tap into these emergency reserves?
The refineries in the Gulf Coast region that are still open are having issues actually getting crude oil supplies from their normal routes, from the Houston and Texas area down there. So this reserve in Louisiana kind of helps get some of those gasoline products refined.
So the issue isn't how much oil, it's converting that oil to gas and diesel in the Gulf Coast region. The refineries in Texas can't do their jobs right now, so the gas you're getting at the pump is coming from the New York area and European refineries. The longer the distance the gas has to travel to you, the more pain you see at the pump. And since this supply chain is already so broken, you're seeing prices go up. The oil President Trump is putting into the market is going to work for refineries in Louisiana. They aren't able to get crude oil right now from their Texas supply lines. But still, it's going to take a few days before that new Gulf Coast gas from Louisiana can get to you, and a couple more weeks before the refineries in Texas are up and running. AAA is expecting the prices at the pump are going to still go up at least through Labor Day. Mark Rivera, 10 News.